Hi everyone, I'm here with Mercedes AMG High Performance Powertrains. My name's Aaron Sava and I'm the Apprenticeship and Business Development Manager. Over to you, Helen.
I'm Helen Russell and I look after the student programmes here in our Learning and Development team at Mercedes AMG HPP.
Hi, I'm Hugh Jackson and I'm an apprentice assembly technician at Mercedes HPP.
And I am Joshua Johnston. I am an apprentice CNC machinist at Mercedes HPP.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us. It's really appreciated. Can I ask you the first question, please, Helen? So can you tell us about your role at Mercedes and why you take on apprenticeships at Mercedes AMG?
So as I said, I'm Helen. I'm one half of our Learning and Development team here at Mercedes AMG High Performance Powertrains. We're the headquarters, so where we design, test and manufacture power units for both the Mercedes Formula One team and then also our customer teams as well. And the other projects that we look after and sit under here is also the headquarters for the Mercedes EQ Formula E teams and our power units there, and also the very exciting X1 hypercar. My role here revolves around the management of all of our student schemes and programmes, where we have over 130 students on board as graduates, placements, apprentices, and then also our work experience academy as well. So my role really is actively coaching, mentoring and developing all of our students and looking at future career development and planning future talent.
Okay, thank you very much. So over to you, lads. What's your role at Mercedes and can you talk about the responsibilities you have within your role?
So my role at Mercedes is to pull apart the F1 engines after they've been at the track or on the dyno. And I've also, at current, I'm building the rotors for the Formula E powertrains and also building them up. So my responsibilities are I've got to create SOPs and keep the processes running when we're building stuff such as the engines. I'm also solely responsible for building the rotors after being shown by a qualified member of staff. So that's quite good to have that responsibility, because it allows me to take control and take my time and make sure I'm doing everything to the way I want it to be done and to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
My role as an apprentice CNC machinist is obviously to run CNC machines. I actually produce the parts that Hugh puts together by machining them from raw materials. So any of my responsibilities include basically maintaining the machines, ensuring the parts fit the geometric tolerance in, considering processes, following processes is a large part of it. Obviously there's certain things you have to watch out for, like Hugh was mentioning with the rotors. I've machined those and they're highly magnetic, so you need to watch out for those because they can be quite a hazard. So there's, like I said, strict processes that you have to follow.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Sounds really interesting. Obviously, being involved in making the Formula One engines for people like Lewis Hamilton must be amazing. So, Helen, over to you. So, why did you decide to take on apprentices within your business?
We have over 130 students in the business, so we have the graduates, placements, work experience and apprentices as well. We recognise that university isn't for everybody, however that shouldn't stop them from gaining a full-time qualification. So we allow them to gain a foundation degree over the 3 years that they're here with us. They get the invaluable work experience which will enrich their learning whilst they're at college as well, and then also come out of the apprenticeship at the end with the foundation degree, obviously no student debt. And obviously earning a wage at the same time. So we see apprentices as our future kind of pipeline of talent in the key areas of the business, such as our build, manufacturing, and also test engineering as well.
Okay, thank you. So in terms of the apprenticeship then lads, why did you choose to do an apprenticeship rather than go to university, which is seen as the typical route? What kind of drew you to that apprenticeship route?
Well, I started my engineering career on a level 2 course in Colchester, and it was very hands-on based stuff. So I quickly realised that my strong suits when it came to engineering was the hands-on side of it, whereas going to university was much more academic side. Whereas I got taught how to use the machines and stuff like that. I met plenty of people that have come out of university and not known how to use a machine. They know all the theoretical side, like they understand the drawings very well, and they can produce drawings and stuff like that, and design parts on CAD software, which I can do to some extent, but nowhere near to their level. But at the same time, as if you put both of us on a machine, I'm much more experienced in that area. So it's about obviously earning money, but becoming qualified in earning money, and it's like the more hands-on side of it. You can come through HPP as an undergraduate or a graduate and still do the uni route, but the apprenticeship looked way more appealing to me.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm pretty much a lot like Josh. I started my career as in engineering in a level 3 course in college, doing an extended diploma in mechanical engineering, and I kind of saw that I enjoyed the practical parts of college, and I did okay in the academic stuff, but I couldn't see myself doing it for much longer. So I looked for other ways and came across the apprenticeship, and it looked like the best way for me to go forward, because it allowed me to work whilst I'm learning, which I find that's how I learn more, by watching other people and them teaching me. But it also allows me then to, when I go to college, put my knowledge from being here into my work, which allows my assignments to be much more detailed and informative. Whereas I think if I went to uni, I think there would be a bit of a gap in my knowledge that I would struggle with maybe sometimes. But it's nice as well because I think you get to know the people in your apprenticeship, and they help you out a lot more, and you learn a lot more in your apprenticeship than you do in your uni, I believe. Yeah,
we learn a lot of our stuff from not lecturers that teach the subject year round. We learn a lot of our stuff from
qualified engineers, really,
gentlemen and ladies that have been in the business for decades, and they know all the tricks of the trade, and now they're relaying that information.
That sounds brilliant. So just to summarise kind of why you chose it then, so it's the chance to earn while you learn. So I noticed you mentioned about obviously earning money and also allowing yourself to apply the theory to practice and getting those hands-on skills that will really set you up for the future.
Yeah, well, definitely, as Helen said earlier, no student debt, and that, a lot of students really, they come out with thousands of pounds worth of debt, but we don't have that. I think that ability is you haven't got that over you when you do start working, and that's a really nice thing to think of as well. So yeah, it's
cool. No, thank you. So again, some real skills that you've developed. So Helen, what would you look for in a potential apprentice? So when you're recruiting, what kind of skills do you look for?
We do a long and quite rigorous recruitment process with them, and it's more around their ability to kind of work as part of a team. It's their ability to kind of get stuck in and actually want to learn. It's not necessarily around that, I've got a passion for motorsport and I love Lewis Hamilton. It's more around the fact that, they're here, they want to learn, they want to be able to get stuck in. And we want them to be able to demonstrate those 3 core capabilities really in terms of skills, knowledge and behaviour, and have that interest in engineering and a passion for actually wanting to improve themselves, not just be kind of part of that success, if you like, but actually wanting to understand how they can contribute as part of the team to their overall success. So teamwork's quite a big thing that we play on during the recruitment process, and the activities that the guys would have taken part in as part of the days where they come in for interview process.
Okay, that's brilliant, thank you. So in terms of during your apprenticeship, what would you say are the main skills that you've picked up during that apprenticeship?
I think the main skills that I picked up in my area, definitely the teamwork side of it. It's crazy how much when you get stuck, people help you out. Like, you're never on your own, you're never having to struggle. There's always someone there to help you out if you're stuck, or just the knowledge, they're helping you. Also being, how am I going to put this? Being responsible for your own projects, like responsibility, because I think here across like other apprenticeships, I think this one gives you more responsibility. Like, they expect more of you, but then it's more rewarding. So like you're given a task, maybe a bigger task that they get you to do. Social side of, you learn a lot of social skills as well, being able to portray and communication, being able to put across your ideas of how we may be able to improve. Like you're never told no or that's not a good idea. They always take into account all your ideas. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think since being at HPP, my like social, academic, and like just overall capability in the workplace has grown tenfold. Like no one directly does it, but you're constantly being pushed to your limit, and like you're constantly one-upping yourself. It is like really. The question was, what skills have you gained at HPP, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
So when I first came here, I was very confident on manual machines, but believe it or not, I didn't actually have a lot of CNC experience. This is over a year ago now, but now I can look at most heavy machinery items and have confidence like operating them with like training, of course. Yeah, I feel like when I first came here, there's a saying for a machinist, you're afraid to cut metal. Now I'm not scared at all. Like I'm very confident, and like I feel like not in a cocky way, but in a capable way, you know. Like I feel like I'm well trained for the stuff that they put me on.
Cool. And do you believe that because you've been on an apprenticeship where you've had that kind of 80% in the workplace, that allows you to do that?
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Yes, sure.
I think I don't think I'd be the person I am today if I'd gone to uni. I might still be really good, but I don't think I'd have as many skills and the confidence to be able to work on like some of these, the £1 million engines, and being trusted to work on them and pull them apart. That really changes you. Like you think about what you're doing.
It's really rewarding as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, when you see the engine go out and that's going to go back into a car and go flying around the track, that just makes you get a feeling in your heart. Like.
Yeah, I've worked on some like quite important parts, and it's like I've never displayed this much care with anything that I've done before in my life. Like you can never be too careful with them. I don't know, it's just such a nice feeling when you get your stuff done and you pass it on and it's all in good condition. It's on its way.
Yeah, and it must be a great feeling that he's won. Is it the 7th championship this year? So you've contributed towards him winning that event, and that must be a great feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we see it win it, everyone's in this company is always pushing 110%. No one's really slacking at all. Everyone's pushing for that championship, and when you get taken on as an apprentice, it just kind of becomes what you push for. Like nobody ever tells you, oh yeah, you have to push because of this. You just do. You don't want to let anyone down because it's everyone's wanting it.
Yeah, there's a certain time of year if you catch us, we are rallied, and we are just like all of us are just raring to go. We're all working our hardest. It's just like this place is like a living, breathing organism.
That's amazing. No, it sounds amazing, and obviously you can clearly see that you've really enjoyed your apprenticeship and you've really benefited from being an apprentice with Mercedes. So could you, for anyone that's watching this video, what would you say to them, or how would you recommend studying an apprenticeship and what impact it have on their lives?
Yeah, first of all, you need to work the hardest you can possibly work, and then work some more. I was like, if you can do additional units in college and stuff like that, because that stuff will go over really well for you. Like Helen was saying earlier, it's not really about like you can't just come in here and say I love Formula One and stuff like that. You've got to be hungry, and you've got to be hungry for a challenge basically, and that is really what you're coming into. Like you're coming into for me, I feel it was like an environment that it was completely alien to me. Like you really have to adapt quickly, and like I think I don't want to say only the strong survive, but like it's more about persistence, and you just have to keep at it, and eventually you'll get there.
Cool, thank you. Question for you, Helen. So you've obviously talked about the 130 students that you have on working within your organisation. What kind of impact has that had on your business, and are you going to continue to invest in apprenticeships in the future?
Absolutely, even more so now. You know, this year we've taken on our first 2 higher level apprentices in electrical and electronics. So we're always looking at where we can spend our levy next, and equally kind of look at what areas of the business we can plug in terms of, you know, future talent. All of our apprentices, you know, we look at, and whilst they're on a fixed term contract at the beginning, you know, it's always our will and our desire that we were able to offer them a permanent role at the end of it. You know, guys that have been previous to Huel in the build department, a lot of those end up trackside and kind of travelling the world and kind of, you know, being mechanics at trackside, you know, with manufacturing, etc. You know, they are the top of their game in terms of being, you know, CNC machinists and whatever you, and then the test engineers as well. You know, the way we offer apprenticeships, the level of data and information they have, they tend to go on and do a higher level apprenticeship on top of kind of their basic apprenticeship, just to gain some more experience and knowledge. So absolutely, it's always our intention, and we see our students as our future talent in the business. They bring so much more than kind of just themselves. You know, that they've got information and knowledge on up-to-date things that they're doing at college that necessarily we haven't had or had exposure from. And so when they come back from college and say, oh, actually, we learnt this, or I would have done it like that at college, you know, they are listened to, and then that is, you know, put into practice here as well. So they are always bringing kind of those new ideas as well, which is what the guys love.
No, it's great to hear, and I'm really thankful for your time today. So really appreciate your time and really appreciate your contributions to this Q&A session. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll speak to you soon.
Cheers, Aaron. Thank you.
No problem.